I no longer think fiber is beneficial. I certainly don't think it's necessary. And I, moreover, think I thrive on a low fiber diet. So one of the things, if you're eating a high fiber diet, I would challenge you to think about this is ask yourself if you have a bowel movement like me. I have a bowel movement, it's about 3 seconds. And I remember seeing this beautiful sea creature one time go by me, and it had a bowel movement. It was like so brief. And I was like, wow, that's extraordinary. It's so different than how human beings. And I remember most of my adult life having a bowel movement. I'd sit and defecate for like half hour, 20 to maybe 45 minutes on the toilet. Today, it's 3 to 5 seconds, maximally efficient. It's a banana that's tapered almost to the point that it looks like an ice pick on both ends. It's so extremely tapered. And that comes out of me. It's so smooth. It comes out of me 3 to 5 seconds. There's no noise. There's no smell. And it is perfect in functionality. And that's the way kids are. If you're an adult and you got kids and you toilet trained, that's how their stool looked when they're little. And today, with fiber and different things, you see the stool is very different. You can look at your Bristol stool chart and see where you are, but you want that banana tapered at both ends. And the other thing that's interesting is the functionality of the gastrointestinal tract. The motility of it will propagate and play a major role in your ability to defecate. So a optimally healthy gastrointestinal tract guided by nitric oxide and parasympathetics will just propagate food down. And with defecation really should be better described as, instead of a volitional action where you're engaged in the muscles and drive it to happen, that is more of a reflex. I'll be honest with you, it's almost an orgasm for me. You gotta describe it best. It just is a reflex. And I'll also say this, oh my God, it feels so good. I just don't ever remember feeling this good before when I was an adult. It was kind of like, I got crap. I got to go take a crap. And it was just like something I had to do. Now I'm like, yeah, woo, game on, just go, pleasure. It's a really cool thing. And that has increased as I got more healthy. So 3 to 5 seconds. And the other interesting thing is I almost never have to use toilet paper. And when I do, there's like almost nothing on the toilet, because what happens to, and it's interesting, I read about these people that keep having to wipe and wipe. They basically got such a floppy puborectalis muscle, meaning the anus, that it just is dysfunctional. So the way an anus should work is there's a bowel movement. This is the inside of the rectum. This is the outside of the rectum, right there. And it should open up like an envelope and express stool right there. And then it folds back in like an envelope like this. And there's no stool there. That's how the healthy animals are. So you got residual stool. You got a dysfunctional gastrointestinal tract. And your stool will not look like a banana. It will look like a cow patty, or, broken up, or have ridges on it and pebbles and all sorts of weird stuff. But you want that banana super smooth, comes out, no smell, no noise, no gas. And that's the health of a gastrointestinal tract. And it's with all my muscles, so your muscles super healthy. If you got a dad bod, let me tell you, you're heading to floppy anus. You're going to have leaky urine and leaky stool. And the first sign of this that you need to be aware of is passing gas when you're peeing. Kids don't pass gas when they pee. Adults shouldn't, but we start because our pubic rectalis muscle is deficient. You shouldn't even have gas in there to begin with, but our diets are deficient. So nobody thinks about these things. And if you're listening to this conversation right now, you're like, dang, well, let me take you to the sports stadium. And if you're a guy, I don't know what happens in the women's room, I've talked to my wife about this, my daughters, but in the male's bathroom, you don't want to stand behind a guy with a lot of gray hair because they'll stand up there for a long time to try to initiate going to pee, to piss, to take a leak, to go to the bathroom, to urinate. Let me get on my MD terminology. And then it will take a very long time for that urine to come out. And let's be honest, we've all been there and seen these old guys, somebody there, it sounds like a plow mule that's coming out of them, this huge amount of gas that's being released. And by the way, they're not in there deciding to do that. Good Lord, no. They can't help it. That muscle is so deficient that it just leaks out. And so eventually they'll be grandma and grandpa getting up off the couch, and they'll spontaneously let one rip because when they don't let it rip, it just happens. Gas explodes out of them because their muscle is so floppy and deficient, and their belly sticks out because their abdominal musculature can't hold it in, and they don't have any tone to their muscle. There's no tonicity. There's no, perfusion and optimal functionality of the muscles hanging on their skeletal system. So they're bent over, they're gradually getting more slouchy. And so if you pay attention to these danger signs, you're aware nature is trying to warn you, but we as a species have lost this and we no longer pay attention to it. So that's why I'd like to talk about it. How you defecate should be brief, short, silent, not smelly. How you urinate, the same thing. If you're coughing and you're leaking urine at any time, that's a bad sign. Wake up. How you function, how you have sex, how you orgasm, all of that is told is uniformly good in the healthy individual and should be getting better. And so, yeah, honestly, best sex of my life, age 60.